Thank you, General. Chairman, the time expired.
Thank you, Senator Budd. Senator Hirono, please.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. General George, welcome. Thank you very much for your service and your commitment to continuing to serve. And of course, aloha to your family, because we all know that when you serve, your family also serves. We've had over the last 2 days the hearings on two really important nominations. Yesterday was General Brown to be the chair of the Joint Chiefs, and today you to be the Chief of Staff for the Army. It has been made abundantly clear how damaging the holds that Senator Tuberville has placed on military promotions is. And yesterday I note that Senator Tuberville, in his questioning of General Brown for his position, said if there's anything he can do to help General Brown. And I would say, and I would join my colleagues in saying, Senator Tuberville, you have made your point. And I ask you to lift your hold because, as I said, it has been made abundantly clear by all of you testifying that that these holds are creating much damage to our readiness, our ability of our military to proceed. So there's that for Senator Tuberville. General George, as part of my responsibilities, I want to ensure the fitness of all nominees who come before any of the committees on which I serve for fitness to serve, and I ask the following two initial questions. Since you became a legal adult, have you ever made unwanted requests for sexual favors or committed any verbal or physical harassment or assault of a sexual nature?
No, Senator.
Have you ever faced discipline or entered into a settlement related to this kind of conduct?
No, I haven't, Senator.
General George, I've been sitting here for a while, and I very much appreciate your very thoughtful responses to the questions that have been put to you, and especially relating to very sensitive issues such as suicide, and I would say the continuing scourge of sexual assault and harassment in the military. I appreciate your thoughtful responses. As the chair of the Readiness Subcommittee, I have made very clear the importance of infrastructure as a top priority. And the Army, like every service, has a deep backlog of maintenance and modernization for its facilities and basic infrastructure. And in fact, in Hawaii, there is a backlog of almost $5 billion in facilities maintenance and modernization, and that is the deficit. We discussed this yesterday. Where does infrastructure replacement, repair, and maintenance stand in your order of priorities for the Army?
Well, I'll tell you, Senator, that it's integral. Our job is to be prepared to fight and win our nation's wars, and having the right infrastructure, depending on what it is a critical aspect of that. You know, in Hawaii, how critical Schofield and everything that we have out there, the training area, PTA, is to us out there. So we have to pay attention to that. It gets to recruiting as well. If you don't have the right infrastructure, you know, that has an impact on your workforce. And so I would say it's of critical importance to us.
There is such a huge infrastructure deficit throughout the DoD, but you know the Army has a huge presence in Hawaii as well as in other places. And what I'd like to see going forward under your leadership is a more obvious commitment to infrastructure replacement, maintenance, modernization. I don't really see that as a commitment. We wait until things fall apart, you know, where electricity goes out at Tripler, the major hospital in Hawaii, and you can't have that, and not to mention the huge concerns regarding Red Hill. So you did mention the importance of renegotiating our leases for training, especially Pohakaloa, and part of those renegotiations is very much talking with the community. So I'd like to have your commitment that you will make sure that that kind of outreach is occurring. The last thing we need to happen for these really critical training areas is some concerns raised that we have not addressed due to some lack of outreach and continuing discussions with, especially the Native Hawaiian community.
I agree with you 100%, Senator, and we will partner with the local community. I know they're doing that right now.
And as we're doing these leases, I think that there may be an opportunity for the Army to really look at its needs and return some of the land to the state. So that kind of a process, I think, is very important. I hope you will conduct that and with a view of returning land that you don't need to the state.
Okay, Senator, yes.
Thank you. Thank you, Mr.